Okay, I'd like to talk to you about a really nice feature inside of ThinManager, which is the ability to send yourself messages via email, or have messages pop up on the actual screen itself when there are any kind of changes that are made to the system. Now what we're going to do is we're going to double click on the ThinManager icon, open up our ThinManager Server Configuration Wizard, step through the next button about 6 times, and it's going to bring us to the first part of the information that we have to fill out, which is our event selection page. Now the importance of this is because ThinManager has the ability to do event notification via email or Windows messages to be sent by ThinManager to identify changes in the setup, configuration, or status of actually things that are going on inside of ThinManager. Now if we look at this for our settings, we have email or Windows messages. Now for email, if checking this, the email checkbox will send a message, an email message rather, when that event occurs. The email needs to be set up on the next page, and we'll look at that in just a second in order to have that work and function. And then we also have Windows messages. Now by checking the Windows message checkbox, it will send a message to the terminal when that event occurs. The terminal needs to be defined on the next page of the wizard as well. Now why would we want to change from the default settings that we already have here? Well, information about these events can be useful. The event needs to be checked in order to add the notification. The ThinManager server stop terminal server monitor connection, the terminal monitor connection events may indicate a failure of the ThinManager server. Terminal server or terminal sharing information on configuration changes, firmware, term cap, or license installations can be useful when management is shared amongst a group of people. Sending an email to all group members can then keep them informed of all of those particular changes. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to, I'll just select a couple of these just to pop them up just so we can kind of have a look at what we might do, and then I'm going to click on next. Now the first thing we would have to do here once we've clicked the next button is we come to this particular page, which is our email or Windows message recipients. Okay, now the importance of this page is because we define what users are notified of the event changes from the event selection that we just created a minute ago on that particular page. Now here are some fields that we have. We have the SMTP server. We have to enter in the SMTP, which stands for the Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, and we have to put that server information in there to be used by ThinManager server in that particular field. Then we have to put in an email return address. Enter the return address of the email to be used by the ThinManager server field. That could be you, that could be someone else that you want to have in there. The email addresses that you want ThinManager to send the message to, so you need to put those addresses in that particular text box in case of an event that takes place right here. You put all those emails in there. And it's a really simple thing to do. You just click on the add button right there, put the information in, and it'll populate in that field. If you needed to select one to delete it, you would just come over here to the list and delete. So I'm going to show you what it looks like to add one. Okay, come over here and hit add. Get my cursor down there, tgarman@thinmanager.com, and then we'll click OK, and it adds it to the list. If I want to remove it, I simply hit delete. Now the same thing applies for the messages, the Windows messages that pop up on the terminals. Now it's a real simple thing that I need to do there. I can simply add a terminal here. I've got 2 different terminals that I can add. I can add operator, and I can also add supervisor. Those are 2 different terminals that I've already defined. Now by doing that, it's going to send a message directly to those terminals in the text box when event actually is selected on that events page that we had prior before. I don't have an SMTP server in here, but if I wanted to put one in there and needed to, because we were going to do things via email, we would need to make sure that information's in there. Otherwise, come back over here and remove the email settings from that part of the page, and then you won't have that message down there at the bottom. But that's how simple and easy it is to actually email or pop up Windows messages whenever there's any kind of a failure or problem that may have taken place, whether it's something with ThinManager's been start and stopped, or there's a monitor connection problem, or there's configuration that's been modified, installation of any of the firmware or term cap database, or any kind of license installation. All of those things can be checked, whether you want it to be Windows or or an email. Either one can be able to notify you or your group as to changes that may have taken place.
For more tips and gems, please visit thinmanager.com.